Well, hi everyone. I'm Mally, back to you with the exercises for simple present tense. The first exercise wants us to put the verbs in the blanks. Number one, Tanya speaks German very well. Well, as you can see, this expresses a fact about Tanya. That's why, we've used simple present tense. And as speak is a main verb, and as Tanya is a third singular person, the verb is taken S. Number two, Ben and Jack to the same school. So they go to the same school. They go. It's plural, so it doesn't take SOES. If still you've got questions in mind, you can refer to my previous post where I teach simple present tense. Number three, bad driving. It's third singular person. Causes many accidents. Number four, it means bad driving is responsible for many accidents. Number four, the museum. Let me look at the words. Yeah, closes. It's third singular person. That's why the verb needs to take S. Closes at 4 o'clock on Sundays. As you can see, all these sentences express a fact about someone or something. So that's why we've got to use simple present tense. That's what simple present tense is used for. Number five, my parents in a very small flat. My parents live. It's plural, so the verb doesn't take S or ES. Flat, apartment. Number six, the Olympic Games is plural, so it takes the simple form of the verb. You have to use the simple form of the verb without the addition of S. Take place means occur, happen every 4 years. The Panama Canal does what? Let me look at the words in the box. Connects. Connects is third singular person. T is missing, sorry. Connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Now let's move into the next exercise. Put the verb into the correct form. Sure, that's what we intend to do. Number one, Julia doesn't drink tea very often. So the sentence is supposed to be in negative form. And it's third singular person. That's why we've got to use doesn't. And I've already told you when you use doesn't and does for the negative and question form, you don't need. You're not allowed to add S or ES to the verb. Number two, what time the banks? It's plural, so we have got to use do. What time do the banks? Do the banks close here? What time do the banks close here? Number three, I have a car, but I don't use it. I don't use it. The base form of the verb here is supposed to be used. The Maria is a third singular person. For question form, you've got to use does. Does Maria come from? So, if you remember, I've told you that in case of not having a helping verb in your sentence, you've got to use do and does for question forms and don't and doesn't for negative forms, in simple present tense. What do you do? The first do is merely a helping verb added to sentence in order to change it into a question form, and the second one is the main verb. I've already told you why we call some verbs the number of which doesn't exceed 15 or 20, why we call them helping verbs. The reason is they help us to change sentences into question form, negative form. They help us with making, tenses. That's why we call them helping verbs. They're so handy. What do you do? I'm an electrician. Number 6, look at this sentence. What does this word Yeah, it's, singular. That's why we've got to use does. What does this word mean? Number 7, David isn't very fit. David isn't in shape. So why? He doesn't do any sport. He doesn't. Third singular person. He doesn't do any sport. Number 8, it takes me an hour to get to work in the morning. It refers to what? Getting to work. It's singular, so that's why you've got to attach, S to the verb. It takes me an hour to get to work in the morning. How long does it take you? Does it take you? Yeah. Oh. Does it take you? Now let's move on to the next exercise. Complete the sentences using these verbs. Sometimes you need the negative, depending on the meaning of the sentence. The earth goes round the sun. Sure it does. Third singular person, that's why. Yeah, and es is attached to the verb. Rice doesn't grow in cold climates. A fact. Third singular person, the negative form would be with doesn't, and the verb wouldn't take s or es if you already have got doesn't or do in your sentence, does or doesn't in your sentence. Number 3, the sun in the east. Sure, the sun rises. Yeah, rises. Third singular person. That's why it has got to take. The verb has got to take as bees. It's plural. Bees do what? Bees make honey. Oh, yummy. Well, number 5, vegetarians. Vegetarians do what or do not what? Meat. So, for sure, they do not. They don't eat meat. It's plural. Yeah, an atheist. An atheist doesn't believe in God. Doesn't believe in God. Number 7, it's third singular person. That's why I use doesn't for the negative form. An interpreter, a translator, which translates, while a conversation is taking place between people. An interpreter from one language, so translates is third singular person. That's why translates, that's why you've got to attach s to the verb, translates from one language to another. Number 8, liars are people the truth. Yeah, liars people who don't. It's plural. That's why you've got to use don't. Don't tell the truth. And the next one, the river Amazon does what? Flows. Yeah, goes into. Yeah, flows. It's third singular person. That's why you need to add s to the verb. The river Amazon flows into the Atlantic Ocean. Well, that's enough for today. I hope I've been able to make it easy for you to use simple present tense. I'll be waiting for your comments and also your suggestions in order to, present better posts. So please do help me with your comments and suggestions, and I do need your encouragement. Well, bye for now.